Hey, I'm Jay Thomas. You know what time it is. That's right, Hot Rod Hangout. I got Rod here with me. It's time to take a look at what's new in the showroom here at Rod's Hot Rods in Faithful Avenue. Okay, we had our first rides at Rod's last weekend.
We did, yeah.
It was awesome. It turned out great. Wasn't quite a full parking lot yet, but there's always room to grow. And
it was a pretty good turnout for the first one.
I think there must have been like 50 or so cars kind of come and go throughout the morning, which was awesome. So it's coming up again this Saturday. If you got no plans, I know it's a long weekend. They were talking about rain earlier this week.
You just said it might be changing.
I saw just today, like the most recent forecast has about like 16 sunny on Saturday.
Perfect.
Okay, so nice morning.
There we go.
Come for a drive. You can come park on front and both sides. You can park along the sides of the buildings. Out here in the back as well, there's all kinds of space. We've got brand new crushed rock on the whole place, so it's all nice and clean and dry and everything.
Yep, we got lots of room.
Yep, absolutely. So free donuts, free coffee. Come on by, check it out. We've got 4 vehicles to look at today.
I didn't get a chance to fill out my sheet, so I'm trusting you. Okay, we got 4.
We got 4. In fact, one of them is right behind us.
There we go.
Let's start with this one.
This is more up your alley.
This is cool. This is very much in the same category as my Buick. Full size car, 66.
Yeah, it's a good year. 66 is a popular year.
Absolutely. This is a really tidy, nice little car.
So 66 Caprice. So these are so similar to the Impala. The Impala was more of the sporty, and the Caprice was more of the luxury.
Yes.
Both the same body. It's the same car basically. Just different trim levels. It's kind of all that it is.
This is a custom coupe because I was actually looking, the owner's manual and the warranty brochure are still in the glove box.
Cool.
And it's from RMP, so it's a Regina car.
Motor product, yeah.
Yeah, it's an RMP car originally, so it's a local one. And this color is called what, Fire Mist?
No, it's Aztec Bronze.
Aztec Bronze, Aztec Bronze.
Is that what it is?
I think it's Aztec Bronze.
Aztec Bronze, yeah, and ox blood interior. So it's the original colors for the car.
Which is interesting that it's a kind of a light red with a darker red interior, but that's what they chose.
Yeah.
But pretty cool because it was also optioned with buckets and a console. Here, let's dive in here. Now, I like this part. I like the gauges down here, the waterfall gauge. Like you get your battery, there's a vacuum gauge, tells you what's going on, temperature, oil pressure.
So those are stuff you're not going to typically get with your Impala.
No.
That's with that's with this model.
Exactly, custom coupe.
Yep.
So this is interesting. I had it out for a drive yesterday, and this is my first time ever driving 2-speed.
Really? Glide, yeah.
Yeah, which is funny because it basically operates in 1 gear. Because it comes out of first gear at like 15, 20 miles an hour, and then it's in second gear.
Then you just go.
And that's it.
It just
drives in that gear. So it's kind of a neat, but what it also gives you is like a lot of passing power, I noticed. Like it's got a lot of shove because it's always kind of operating a little bit higher RPM, and it's there.
Yeah, they're kind of fun to drive.
It is.
But a cool year.
It's relaxing. It's in really nice shape overall for its age. And I noticed that we got some aftermarket stuff on here right now for wheels and tires, but we do have the factory stuff.
We do have the factory, the wheels and the rims and wheels are across the street of the other shop. The factory hubcaps are in the trunk, I believe.
Yeah. Just a little 283, 195 horsepower it says, but look at how nice and tidy that is and
power
clean.
Steering, power brakes.
Yep, exactly.
All the stuff you need to make it a good driver. You can still see all the chalk marks on the firewall.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, so it truly is an original colored car.
Yep. Right on. Well,
really nice. Yeah, really nice.
Where are we going next?
I think we got to go to the other side. They're all piled up over here. So.
Yeah, we got to move all these here because I just sold a vehicle that's buried in the corner.
Yeah, we got a few that are going out on the transports later this weekend.
The one just left like an hour ago.
That's right.
69 Camaro going to BC.
Yep.
Which one do you want to do?
Let's start with the one right behind me.
Okay. Well, we've been talking about this one for a while.
We have. We finally get to look at it.
Yeah, 77 El Camino. So this is an actual real El Camino SS. We got the GM documents for this car, which is kind of a rare. It's got some rare options. This is the original color for the car. This car was like a dark maroon, when we first got it, and the body was fine. It just there was chips here and there on the paint, so we opted to repaint the whole car, and we went back to the actual factory color.
Yep.
The coated color for it. The paint turned out really well.
It's beautiful.
It was a very well done color change. The car was blown apart, like the fenders off, hood, like doors, everything was off the car, so it was done properly.
Yeah.
We just finished doing new suspension. We did QA1 coilover conversion front and back.
Yep.
Did the wheels and tires.
They look really sharp. It came with some different stuff, but we actually, this is one of the ones where we sort of sat down with one of the big ordering books and kind of went, yeah, we think those are the ones. And
this is the first set of rims like this we've ever got.
Yeah.
I like them on this car.
I think they look great. I like the copper color with the like charcoal in the rim. I think it's a great color combination.
20s front and back, did a staggered fitment.
Now, interesting inside for a second, these seats, if you're like a GM fan, are out of like a
Grand Prix,
Bonneville, yeah, that sort of thing. You can see the controllers right down there in the middle, because they are those special edition seats where the bolsters are all powered, all of the, it's really highly optioned. But what's neat is that they actually fit with the colors in here really well, like awesome.
Very comfortable.
They're super comfortable. We're waiting for a couple things inside. We're doing a dash cover.
Yeah, there's a new dash coming.
The dash pad's coming because it's a little bit stained up and a little bit cracked. The rest of it's in nice shape though. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
And there's a very stout motor in here. It sounds really good. And let me pop the hood here. We'll get to that. It's new enough that you got to go inside to open it up.
That's right.
Whew. So tidy.
Yeah.
But small block with aluminum heads on it.
Yep.
Sounds good. It drives good.
Yeah, like the throttle response is really sharp on this. It's awesome. It's awesome. Lots of chrome.
Go fast.
Yeah, headers, so the sound is there, like you said.
Too bad they didn't do yellow plug wires.
Oh, that would have just set you right off, hey? Look,
another 7 horse.
Black plug wires.
Yeah, it's normal.
Normal.
Factory cruise.
Oh yeah, that's like the transducer sitting up here.
I'm not assuming that it works anymore, but
it might.
You never know.
It might. It's hard to say. Cool. Nice car. Yeah, beautiful.
Now what?
I think we should save the one on my...
Do that one last?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll do this one.
Let's do this one. This is no slouch right here.
This is kind of everything in my power to not keep this for myself. And I've thought about it, and I'm still thinking about it. This is up my wheelhouse.
Yeah, totally.
And this is from a customer of ours. It's on consignment, and it's the cleanest one we've ever seen. It's flawless, and it's nice.
Look at this.
At first glance, yeah, it's a 2020 F-150, regular cab short box. This is a 4-wheel drive.
But there's a few giveaways, and we'll start with this right there. Whippled. That should tell you something. And then the fact that down here, Shelby. So it is not...
This is not a Super Snake Shelby.
No.
What this is, it's a company in Alberta, and they do, I think he said about one a year, or a couple a year, and they do exact spec from Shelby, and they build this truck. This is not something you can go to the dealership and buy.
No.
So it's exact spec. The motor, the suspension, the brakes,
the wheels,
everything is actual Shelby spec.
Even down to we're not 100% certain, but we're even thinking that these are the Toyo tires that actually come on
the Shelby Super Snake.
Yeah, exactly.
Even the Borla exhaust is proper.
Yep.
There's lots of neat stuff they've done on the inside too to kind of set it off a little bit more.
Now, this is also one of the cleanest trucks out there.
I don't think anything's even been in
No,
there.
I mean, it's all perfectly done. It's perfectly clean. It's so clean, it'll just make your head spin. It's got 25,000 kilometers, or just under 25,000 kilometers. It's a 2020, and it's, oh man. Now, when we dive inside, this is the next level too. So it was explained to me, if you're a Ford guy or an F-150 guy, you'll notice some things that don't make sense in here but are perfectly executed. First off, an XLT like this in a two-wheel, like a four-wheel drive, but a regular cab would have had a bench seat. Well, that's not a bench seat. That's the or the center console out of a Super Duty, but it matches perfectly and fits under the dash perfectly. And then this truck would have had like two-toned panels, like a black and a gray would have been original, but like carpet all swapped out, even the panels taken apart and the black bought from Ford and made into all black panels with a little bit of carbon fiber accents. So
like loaded
cat skins in here
with the custom lettering on the seats.
Yep, exactly.
And on the door sills. It's the power pedals. It's loaded. Like it's got everything.
Yeah, it's got everything. It's
loaded right up.
It's loaded right up. So it's, and like the smell of the leather is amazing in here. It is so clean in here.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. Now, when we're talking about Shelby-spec, they also did under the hood all Shelby-spec.
That's right.
But it looks like factory. If you don't really know what you're looking for, you don't really know.
No.
So this is Whipple supercharged. This is 775 horsepower.
Whoa.
So this is like we're talking, you know, like a Hellcat 707 horse. This would keep up to the best of any sports car on the road. And
it's four-wheel drive.
Four-wheel drive.
So it's gonna hook up like crazy.
This thing would be a blast to drive.
Holy.
I'm afraid to drive it because then I'd want it even more.
That's right. But I mean, look at how clean it is under here.
Oh, it's like, it's spotless.
It's just spotless.
So all the stuff was done properly. We got the bills for everything that was done to the truck. It's one of a kind. I don't foresee it lasting too long.
No.
If I don't take it, someone else is going to take it. Because
what we thought was pretty cool is that we have a vintage pair. We've got a Lightning, and we've got the modern day version of it kind of right here.
Kind of, yeah. This is way faster. But,
of course. But
the Lightnings are super popular. Like the guys that are wanting these trucks for their own private collection, they're getting popular.
Yep.
And this one's gone. It's sold.
Yep.
Just sold yesterday.
It's going fast. Okay, this last car we got to talk about is one that came out when I was a kid, and it was everybody had a poster of this on their bedroom wall, and I actually finally got to drive it.
Well, this is the first one, that I've ever had.
Yep.
First one that I've ever sat in. And they're quite popular. You were quite surprised how fast it was.
So I went for a drive yesterday in a Prowler.
So how often do you see one of these?
Not very often anymore.
And silver too. I think they only made 545 silver ones?
Yeah, something like that.
2001. 545, yeah. Well, it's a pretty rare color.
So this is a 2001 Prowler, and it's, you know, first off, let's peek back here. There are some goodies on this car.
Yeah, there's some extras.
It's got we'll duck under the engine in a second, but like the exhaust is really raspy. It's kind of Ferrari sounding, which is kind of cool. I don't know what this is for.
I'm not sure yet either.
But it's a cooler of some kind. I don't know if it's transmission, rear differential, it's way back here, so I'm not quite sure.
Backup camera.
Backup camera, professionally installed into a stereo head unit in the front. But the paint is really, really nice. I'm gonna duck in here and open things up in a second. Black leather, and
it's neat sitting in there. Like this is like the modern day hot rod. They mimicked this off of like the old 32 Fords.
When the top is up, and you see how narrow this space. When you're looking through this little windshield, it's like just peeping through. You know, it's like being in a hot rod. Yeah, it's like a real chop top. Let me pull the handle down here.
I don't even know how to open this one. You had it open, but is it just like normal?
There's kind of a handle in the nose here that you grab that way. You'll see it and you pull it towards yourself.
Okay, oh, it's on chalk.
It's like
it's got lots of
loaded up with chrome. All chrome covers, even on all the individual
coil packs,
everything. But this is the high output. They're like,
even the firewall's got a piece of.
Yeah, even the firewall's got a piece of stainless in it running across the back of it. So this one's been really dressed up. The other thing that I couldn't quite put my finger on when we got this, and I realized it a little bit later, is where these side markers, which are actually your signal lights are, that's the spot where the big bumpers used to be.
Yeah.
That used to protrude out and kind of go across here. So they're off, and it's obviously a kit that you buy that replaces that with that. And it looks really sharp, just, you know, obviously just the nose of it.
It's pretty cool looking.
This is, I know it's kind of lame information, but that's the same engine that they stuck. Like if you find like a Chrysler Concorde or an Intrepid with the high output, which is what this is, there was like a 2.8 that was okay. This 3.5 liter is like well beyond 300 horsepower. Like,
and for a vehicle that doesn't weigh.
That wasn't weigh anything. Like, the other thing that I'm not sure is there is headers on this. And I don't know if that's a factory thing or if that's something somebody did.
I think that was probably added with the aftermarket exhaust. I'm gonna guess.
I think so. And I think it opens up a few ponies because this is surprisingly fast. Like, I guess maybe it shouldn't be because of the horsepower and the fact that it's light.
Power to weight.
But I just didn't expect it to really snap your neck off like it does. And this was like the very first, I know it's an automatic, but you'll see it says auto stick. That was one of the very first shiftable automatics that you could get in like a North American car, where you can knock it over and then bump it left or right to change gears. It's a non-sequential automatic, so when you have it in drive and you step on it hard, it unlocks right down to second gear and takes off and screams like a banshee. It's really cool.
Yeah. This works kind of like the Corvettes. I can find the button.
Right down there, if you're looking for the button. No, you're missing it. Right there. Yeah, there you go.
This is kind of like the C5 Corvettes.
That's right. Yeah. So
this opens, the top comes up.
Yeah.
Then this closes again, and yeah.
It gives you, like, you'd have to pack flat things in here. That's about all the space you get out of this. Right now, there's actually a wind.
What do you call it? Screen.
Diffuser, whatever it's called, back here.
But they actually sold from the dealership. You could buy the matching trailer for these, and there's a lot of them that were sold with a matching trailer that you can tow behind for your luggage.
Yeah, totally. So this is in really nice shape. It's a lot of fun. Boy, oh boy. I could go on for a long time, but
for the first one we've ever had, I'm kind of pleasantly surprised, and it's kind of cool.
I'm not that this is like my ultimate car, but you know how they say don't meet your heroes? This was definitely like a childhood hero for my generation. Like, people were crazy about this car, and I was actually really impressed.
Kind of like the Dodge Viper was more, when I was younger, that was the car for me.
Totally.
And this was more, well, no, this is the same era.
Same era. Just that this is also, by the way, I looked it up, the very last Plymouth. This is the end of
the Plymouth
name. Huh. So they stopped making the Plymouth Neon because they made a Plymouth Neon in 2001, and 2002 was the very last Plymouth.
Well, the Viper started, what, 93?
Yeah, but it was always a Dodge.
Yeah, Dodge Viper, but yeah, then this came on after the Viper.
It did. It totally did. Yeah, it wasn't nearly as fast or anything like that, but
no,
yeah.
but it had the coolness.
Yeah, and the retro vibe, right?
We were all kind of excited when they came out, but we were all disappointed when they put a V6 in it. But after you drove it, you're like, well, it makes sense.
Yeah. You know, I got to give Chrysler a little bit of credit for a couple of things that they pulled off, because as much as people make fun of the PT Cruiser, the Prowler and the PT Cruiser were two really retro-styled vehicles that nobody else in North America really had the guts to build.
Well,
you know what I mean?
Chrysler did a lot of cool stuff.
They did,
back
you know,
in the day.
and we don't really see it anymore, unfortunately.
Like nobody made a pink car back in the day.
No.
Like, they did some pretty cool stuff.
They did, even back then, and then even into the 2000s, this was pretty radical.
And even now, they make the Demon. Like, they're still making cool stuff.
Yeah, and they're kind of sometimes going beyond, and this is kind of one of those examples of, this was even, we even looked it up, I was talking with somebody yesterday, this is even an exclusive chassis for this car. It wasn't borrowed from some other Chrysler product. They designed the chassis only for this.
Kind of like a Formula One front.
Yeah, oh yeah, that's the other thing, is like you're not gonna see springs and shocks in here. It's like a Formula racing car where that's all internal. The way that suspension, there's a name for that suspension, but it's like a really cool setup. Yeah. Okay, we could drone on for forever, but what else we got coming?
We got a really cool, I'm pretty excited about it. For those of you who were down at the Regina Car Show, there was a really wicked 65 Suburban down there. that won the coolest vehicle in the whole show.
Yeah, 2-door, slammed to the ground.
On air ride. And I remember it had the little thing, not for sale. And they had something like not for sale, maybe, or ish.
Not for sale, kinda. Not for sale, sort
and
of.
we made a comment during when we're walking around saying, I'm going to own that truck.
Yep.
Well, I bought it last night. So that's coming. Might be about a week or so to get it here, but that's a wicked cool one.
Yeah, it is.
Our Cheval, 66 Cheval, is done at the other shop. The brakes are done, and we're ready to do a final clean on it, and that's done. And our 69 Camaro, I was over there. They're just putting the wheels on it. There's no reason why that car shouldn't be here for the next video, for next week.
Yep.
Very excited about that. As our black one left today, so our blue one will come in.
Nice.
And there's one more, I can't remember, but anyway,
there's some pretty cool stuff coming, some big projects being finalized. Well, if you saw something you liked in this video, go to rodshotrods.ca. Pictures, pricing, details, or all the stuff that's in here can be found on the website. Thanks for watching. Hope to see you this weekend at Rides at Rods from 9 to noon on Saturday. Otherwise, catch you next time on Hot Rod Hangout.